It's Wednesday, people. Then it's the Wednesday morning motivation. Listen, you are a spirit. You possess a soul, and it is housed in a body. I'm going somewhere. Just stay with me. You ever wonder, why am I struggling? Why am I struggling? Why do I keep yielding to these temptations? Why I keep messing up the same way over and over again? I'm going to explain that to you. First thing you got to understand is you are a spirit. It is, you possess a soul, and you're housed in the body. You are a spirit. You don't have a spirit. Your spirit goes back to God when you die. Secondly, you possess a soul. Your soul is where your mind is, your emotions, your intellect, your choices, the things that you do, your desires. Your body is your flesh. It loves the world and everything that's in it. That's the reason why, everyone that lives on this earth you're gonna have temptations, you're gonna have struggles, you're gonna have attractions, you're gonna have things that you want. Your body never wants to do right. It wants to eat the wrong thing, go the wrong places, do what it don't supposed to do. Have you ever wondered, every food that's not good for you tastes good, and every food that is good for you tastes like cardboard? Yeah, that's because your body wants what's wrong. It wants more sugar. It wants more of the bad stuff. It wants sex. I don't care if you say it or not. Your body wants sex. It wants to do wrong. It wants sneaky sex. That's the reason married couples have to be careful and keep the fire burning, because your body automatically is telling your mind that I want what don't belong to me. That's a whole nother teaching. But watch this. I always make the comparison, if I have two pit bulls in my backyard, and one that I feed constantly and the other one I don't feed, and they fight every day, who you think's gonna win when it's time to fight? The one that I'm feeding, or the one that's not being fed? The one that I'm feeding is going to be stronger. It's going to have the proper nutrients. It's going to be able to overpower the one that is starving, in starvation. Well, that's how it is. Your soul, your choices are in between your spirit and your flesh. And when you're always feeding your flesh, you eat what you want, watch what you want, go what you want, say what you want, do what you want, be around who you want, and your spirit is malnutrition. It gets no word, no prayer, no Bible study, you might go to church every now and then, or you might worship every now and then, or you might hear a word when you feel like going. When temptation comes, when it's time to fight, who you think's gonna win? The one that you're feeding. So when the alcohol, when the drugs, when the gambling, when the promiscuity, when the illicit affair, when the same-sex relationships, when it's presented before you and you have to make a tough decision, your soul is going to be pulled, your choices, your soul, your choices is going to be pulled toward the stronger one, which is your flesh, because you always feed your flesh and you never feed your spirit. Speaking of feeding your spirit, you ought to join us tonight at Word Explosion, 1331 North Pine Hills Road. Go to somebody's church that's teaching the word, so when it's time to fight, your spirit can be the strongest one and pull your choices toward the will of God. Why are you struggling? You're struggling because your flesh is fat and your spirit is malnutrition. It gets no word, no prayer, no worship, no meditation, no reading, no interaction with someone else who's talking the word of God, and you always wonder why you're struggling. So why are you struggling? You're struggling because your spirit is anorexic and your flesh is obese. That's why you're struggling.